What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? We're here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I dropped off that load that I brought from Wisconsin in Greenville, Texas. Out of Greenville, Texas, it was a drop and hook. They already had the other trailer loaded, and I just dropped the one that I brought and got this one. Now I am on my way to New Century, Kansas. New Century, Kansas, and I haven't picked a load yet. Uh, After this load, they called me today for a load that paid $6,000 going to Tampa uh, from Kansas. However, it has 16 stops. It had 2 stops in Louisiana. It had a stop in Georgia, Pensacola, Jacksonville, West Palm Beach, 2 stops in Fort Myers. Anyway, 16 stops. I say, nah, I'm good, thank you. That's too many stops for me. Too many stops for me. He paid the good. It was like $2 something a mile, 280 or 275, but you know, 16 stops. That's way too much for me. Uh, you know, granted, I probably could have did it, in a whole week. Uh, and that's a good revenue for the week. But it's too many stops, man. You gotta go to too many cities, deal with too many traffic, different locations, different receivers. Just man. Uh, I think that's way too many. Any of you guys have done one of those lows with all that many stops, 60 stops? I mean, when I was at JB Hunt as a company driver back in the day, I did one with 10 stops. You know, when I used to work in Vermont with JB Hunt, but you know, for each stop we used to get like $50, and then you know, obviously you had to make it in one day, but most of the time you couldn't make it because it was around Maine, upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and you know, a lot of times I could have made it the same day. However, in wintertime it was kind of rough, so they used to get a hotel to stay overnight, and we used to do the last 2 stops the next day. But yeah, that's too many stops for me, man. Uh, you know, that's 16 different docks that you gotta hit. You know, that's way too many. Uh, you know, somebody gonna do it. Somebody did it because I checked the board. I didn't see it there, so my coordinator called me for that. You know, and honestly, every time he called me, out of 10 loads, 9 are trash. Uh, that's why I say if you come to Mercer, don't use the coordinators, man. To pick your own loads and deal with agents. I got agents that call me. If I'm in an area, I'm empty. Uh, you establish that network with the agents. Granted, the coordinator has called me too and has given good load, but most of them, man, they probably got so many people, man, that they just see a big load with a lot of money, say, hey, let me offer her. I know you're gonna say no, so let me go to the next guy. But the good thing it is with Mercer that you don't have to use a coordinator. Like I say, I do because it's free, and it's always to have somebody looking at the board. When you're driving 8, 9 hours a day, you know, to be fair, sometimes he gave me good lows, but other days, I guess, I already told him this since the first week I was here. I said I'm not doing no low bigger, more than 3 stops or 4 stops. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, so I don't even know why he called me because he already know I'm gonna say no. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, we here in Oklahoma, way to Kansas. Like I said, it was a drop and hook. I didn't know it was a drop and hook. To be honest with you guys, I thought it was gonna be a live low on low and live, you know, low getting loaded. But when I got there, they said no, drop the trailer over there. The other trailer's over there. I said, oh, okay. I was like, all right, cool. You know, worked out. But yeah, I only got like an hour left, 2 hours left of driving. So I'm trying to get as close as possible to New Century, Kansas. I'm like 4 hours away from there. Uh, Cause I want to drop this low early in the morning. Granted, it's almost 6 o'clock, so I'll probably stop right around 8. I gotta do my 10 hours, so I'll probably start back up around 6:30. Probably got like 2 hours left, so I'll probably be there around 9. So that's a good timing because on that time I'm gonna hit that board in the morning and try to uh, try to find a low to get out of it's a lot of lows there. I mean, I seen a lot of lows today. Literally like 30, 35 lows. It just meant they go into areas that I don't want to go. They go into Massachusetts, Denver, Colorado, uh, Colorado Springs, Utah, Oregon. And like I said, I'm not going to Colorado. I'm not doing no loads to Colorado because I don't got chains and I'm not going to put chains in my truck. I just not going to go. You know, I'm not gonna buy chains and have it in my truck. You know, uh, wherever I gotta go, you gotta have chains. I'm not going to that area. You know, uh, point blank, I'm not doing that. Uh, so yeah, in Colorado, you gotta have the chains starting September 1st. If they stop you, you don't have them, they will give you a ticket. You know, so I'm good on that subject. But yeah, like Utah, what I saw, Utah, like Lowe's to Kansas, North Dakota. They have a few Lowe's there too, and a lot of Lowe's down to Florida. West Palm Beach, Mulberry, Florida. You know, and I mean, Jacksonville. I just don't want to go to Florida, man. I was there last week, so I'm good on that. I want to stay in the Midwest. I want to stay, you know, Texas, not Dallas or Austin area, San Antonio, Houston. I don't mind going like where I went, Greenville. It's not that much traffic. It's not traffic at all. You know what I mean? So, you know, I will go like Arkansas, Oklahoma. But I really want to stay in the Midwest this week. Uh, Obviously, I'm not, I came down south, but I picked that low out of Wisconsin, and they had a low going to Wisconsin out of Kansas, but like I said, it wasn't paying that great. And I told the agent, and I guess somebody picked it up because I didn't see it there this morning. Uh, so that's fine, you know. Probably somebody picked it over the weekend. They gave it to the person. That's fine with me because I wasn't gonna do it for that price, you know. Uh, I know a few of you guys asked me about fuel surcharge. Yeah, we get fuel surcharge with Mercer. You see the line haul rate, uh, and you also see the fuel surcharge. You know, you do get both with Mercer. Uh, so yeah, guys, I was really surprised today. I received like nine settlements in my email from Mercer, and I said, "What the hell is this?" And I opened it, and it was like loads that I had done already, right? So I called TruckPay, which is the people that handle the money when we get paid, and they asked me, yeah, that's all the detention time. There was, the you, you spend in those trips. I'll be honest. Some of them I thought wasn't never gonna get it because it wasn't that much. It was like an hour, 45 minutes, hour and a half. Yeah, everybody. I don't know. Most of the company they got a grace period. Mercer is good too. After that time, you get paid attention. Uh, so I mean, I added up. It was like 550. In total detention pay. And man, I'll be honest. I didn't even know. And like I say, I'm grateful. That I got the money. I mean, it's a blessing to get the money. You know. So I could say they pretty fair in Mercer. With detention. I mean, I'll be honest, man. JB Hunt, when I was at JB Hunt, I used to call my business advisor, and I think that's what it was called. I don't remember, something like that. And yeah, I gotta put you in. Sometimes it was a hit and miss. Sometimes I used to get it, but they never went back and you know all the loads that I request because I truly earned the money. I was there over 2 hours. At JB Hunt, right, waiting for Senator Lowe's, and I never got that money. You know, like I say, to be fair, sometimes I did get detention, but a lot of times, I didn't. Uh, that's what was one of the things that used to bother me with JB Hunt at the time, that there wasn't that great uh, with detention pay, and layoff. Uh, I was on top of my stuff. I mean, I was on top of my stuff. When I gotta spend more than 2 hours in a place, I'll be honest. I think we should start. They should pay us, at least after 1 hour that we there. I understand 1 hour, but after 1 hour we should get paid. We shouldn't have to wait 2 hours to start getting paid, and that's mostly every company do that. I don't know who put that rule, but it definitely wasn't a person thinking about a driver, at all. Because our times go out here, man. But yeah, I got those settlements, and I was confused. I was like, "What the hell is this?" You know. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm taking this load to New Century, Kansas. Uh, like I said, it's like 30 loads for tomorrow. Tuesday is probably like 40 out of the area where I'm going. Uh, I might do a video tomorrow, picking up the load that I'm gonna pick up. Obviously, I gotta be real careful because I can't show a lot of things in the board, uh, especially customer, and addresses and numbers, So I gotta be careful what I do. But I might do something tomorrow with that, so you guys could see. They got the lows, like I say, paying 240. They got a low going to Ohio, uh, Cincinnati, Ohio. Which I wouldn't take. But when I saw that rate, I was like, "What the hell is this? 40,000 pounds paying $1 and something, dollar 10." I said, "Man, you out of your mind." I say, "Well, ain't nobody gonna do it. I mean, I'm not doing it." I said, "Man, this is it's getting ridiculous. It's getting really, really ridiculous." And what I started noticing is the same agents, because every agent got a code. Every agent is like a broker firm, but they're exclusive for Mercer. They're out there finding customers and getting lows, and also working with brokers out there, getting lows so they could put in the Mercer low board. But each division got a three-letter code, and what I start seeing is the same guys, the same company or whatever, the same agent firm. They's putting a lot of trash lows, and I have done lows with them. They also got decent loads too, but every time I see a load like that, I want to see who's putting it up, because and lately it's been the same, you know, and it's funny because you see the same low with another agent, right? Different, you see the different letter code, and the other agent is paying more money for the same low, you know. And like I say, it is, man. I just think that agent office is trying to make the most money. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not doing lows like that. And I did a low for that person one time out of Pennsylvania, out of that group. And I said, listen, the same thing I told him. I said, if you give me $300 more, I'll do it. I'm 10 miles away from the place. And he said, man, I can't do that. Uh, Then I gotta pay Mercer more money too, and this and that. I say, if you want, I'm gonna do it. That's the only way, that I will do it. And he got upset. He paid me the money, but he got kind of with an attitude, And honestly, it is what it is, right? But man, I'm glad I don't do that much low for them. I mean, they get lows, but like I say, I start seeing a lot of lows they putting up. That at least that little group, that I'm not, I just don't gonna do it. Now they also put good lows. I'm not gonna lie about it. I guess depend the market. I guess Kansas market is not that great, but I mean I see lows there that pay $2. 220 to 40. You know, they just going to places I don't want to go. To Denver. Uh, they going to Utah, going to Oregon. They're going to California. Uh, where else? Massachusetts, New York. Or New York City area. Uh, Man, I don't mind going to New York or stay New York, but the last time I went to New York, City, and I end up paying 120 for the bridge. I say, I'm not doing this no more, man. I'm not gonna, you know, the tolls they're ridiculous. You know, they're ridiculous. So I'm not going over there. You know, I just not, and that's where I grew up. But I'm not gonna deliver over there and pay that crazy money in the tolls. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. And the bridges. Every time you pass a bridge, you know, they charge the trucks crazy amount of money. It's ridiculous. Uh, so yeah, they make a lot of money in those bridges. Cause man, but yeah, guys, that's the plan. Uh, Tomorrow I'll probably do a video if I'm able, and show you guys what I could show you in the board, so you guys could see more or less. If I'm able to find an angle where I don't show too much, I will do it. If not, I won't be able to do it. Uh, but yeah, guys, I hope everybody have a blessed day, blessed night. Stay positive, stay blessed, and man, God bless everybody, man.